So here's a little more close-up look of the two mushrooms I picked up, the purple orange Yuma and the green Florida Rico, and you can see a whole lot better now, the two mouse. So I think in a month or two I'll have a second mushroom in here with a second Recordia mushroom to go with what I got. All right, so here we are with a week 7 video update. Going to go over a couple things. Not much has happened since last week other than move some things around a little bit. Readjusted the flow on the power head. Started twice a day feeding. And so some of the new things that I picked up. I got a couple of new mushrooms. I got a Yuma, the orange and purple one, and then the one to the left is a green Florida Rico. And I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it's got two mouths. So I think it's in the process of wanting to split, which is good news. We're still working on our algae. The cleanup crew slowly working on it. Bengi Cardinal seems to be really comfortable. The watchman decided to bury himself, so he's got a nice little home there, and he just comes out when it's feeding time, mostly for right now. And of course, we still got Nemo up there. So, we can talk about. I want to talk about the protein skimmer in a little bit here. So that's kind of where we are. You can take a look. There's an Astrea doing his job. So here's one of the problems with Astreas is, if you can see, one's got flipped over, so I got to flip them back on, is because they cannot flip themselves back upright. I got another one working here. So, like I said, on the natural rock, they're tearing away, getting cleaned up real good. When it comes to the dry rock piece, I took it out, gave it a good cleaning. Still got a bit on it, but I'm okay with it because all the water parameters so far. Here we are, week 7, coming up on week 8. All the water parameters are showing that I don't even need to do a water change yet. So what I have been doing, and this isn't any kind of promotion or anything like that, so I don't want it to be taken like that, but after talking with a couple of the folks at my local fish stores, what I started doing was dosing with this product, Aqua Vitro, and my dosage calls for about 18 milliliters a week. So actually I broke that down. I'm doing 5 milliliters 3 times a week. And for now, that's about it. So here we are, getting close to the end of week 7. And I'm going to add on this video a little comments about the protein skimmer. Yeah, so here's an Asarius snail, and they're not just sand sifters. They eat a lot of stuff. Blue leg hermit. All right, so we're going to do one final few more observations for week 7. Earlier, I was talking about water flow, and we should take a look at this. So here we are. I guess that's about a foot from the corner of the tank. It's about a third of the way, and that flows pretty strong. So I think I'm going to invest in 200 gallon per hour flows. And I think I'm going to put them up in the corners and direct the flow to the front of the tank on each side. Put a 200 on the left and a 200 on the right. And then I can use my return pump to circulate downward or upward. I can have the return pump take care of the surface break, or I can have it give the downward flow. So that's one thing I'm going to look at. The other thing was I went out and got a pulsing zinnia. You see it behind the Duncans. So when I brought the frag home, it popped right off the frag. Tried to re-glue it. Didn't work so well, so I think I wound up killing that. I think part of it was how I did it, like how I tried to glue it on the frag. I probably should have dried it a little better. It was really slimy and slippery. They're very fragile kind of corals, so that was another thing there. So, and then the final thing I want to do is we're going to do a quick review on the Fluval. So I kind of I'm going to go ahead and pop the back off and show you a couple things. One thing I did notice, it's been up and running for about a week now, and as you can kind of tell, micro bubbles are, I would probably say, about 80% gone. There's still a few coming out, but pretty good. So here we are. You got this thing connected on the back. Okay. So right now I shut it off for this video purpose. So there's the hanger on the back and the tube coming in from the bottom. And so how you regulate your flow. So I want you guys to kind of look at how I have my flow. So if you turn the valve to the right, you'll start the airflow. So you see the bubbles coming up. Okay, so I let it run for a few seconds, try to check. So that's kind of a light flow. So I want to just do a little bit more air. So I'm going to turn to the right a little bit. Okay, so you see that look? Now that's a tad too much for me in a new tank anyways. So I'm going to turn it down just a tad. Okay, and then my O-ring is on real low, and the dog's going crazy, and that's it for, I'll let it run 3 days, 4 days, it'll have a little bit in there, drain it out, clean it, put it right back on. That's it for week 7. There he is, sticking his little head out there, right out from under the rock. You can go get that piece of food. Nope, there he goes. He's coming out. There he is. And right back under the rock.